Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. That is me. Uh, I'm recording second video today because my dog went berserker and I had to stop actually the first one. Mm, okay, today I'll be explaining the final pieces of the pivot point strategy. I already recorded 4 videos regarding it, despite the market analysis one. But here I'll be explaining into a core detail of it, all the mixed time frames used intraday daily, also how to make it objective, as I am a no-nonsense forex follower and price action trader. So I try to came with a strategy that is price action based and that is objective, like with indicators that you can actually apply and repeat and don't think about it. So statistically it performs. This week we are having a bit of a losing one, but hey, this week's happened. The previous week was majestic actually. From 10th of February to previous week it was so good, but bad weeks comes. Also I was tweaking some stuff and experimenting some new shit that also made the week even worse because of the Monday big candles. Actually, since we are a price action pivot point traders, our targets are based on our support and resistance pivots, and the Monday really corrupted this week to the core. So this week was pretty bad for the pivot points traders. Now, what am I using? As you can see, I added 3 EMAs because that is the full part of the strategy. I didn't try to annoy in the past, and I wanted to do part by part. That's why also Fractals has its separate video with only fractals on it. But here I will go into actually complete strategy of the pivot points. Yeah. So let's start. There are 3 types. There are 3 ways of using pivots. First way is reversal. Go Urban Forex. He explains it the best, but not these latest webinars from the price action where he teaches how to abandon pivot points. But if you would like to use them, go seek his earlier videos he did for FX Street. Second, we have swing trading. Swing trading. That is FX Bootcamp or Forex Today. Same dude. FX Bootcamp is his course. Forex Today is where he does every day a daily webinar for, I think that 13 years he's doing it. So, and he's trading pivots since forever. He uses it for targets and he uses MT4, so he has specially built his pivots that also are a week if you're using 4-hour chart, or a day in advance they start to calculate. So it's very interesting, but for us, for right now, we don't need it. Also here I just got my web terminal, so no pivots up here. And then we have my technique, that is number 3, which is continuation. Now I try to stay as far away from reversal. That means reversal for me, it's again how you specify a reversal, but a reversal for me would be this. This is the reversal, because here the market turned down and now this is new trend. Actually, this is new trend by our strategy. Here was the entry. If you don't understand that, go watch first video and second video, but I will talk about that also. Oops. Okay, so we have 3 types of pivot point trading. Now I trade because we will be focusing on continuation, the number 3. We will only be focusing on that because that's what I trade, that's what I do best, and I will not go anywhere else. Now currently I'm using Fibonacci pivots. I found them better for targets than classical. Many times the second support or the second resistance got hit than on the classical. Again, this is my personal preference, and actually my trade entry is the same because central pivot is the same on the Fibonacci or on the fractal pivots. Actually, no matter what pivots you're using, the central pivot is the same because it's calculated from the central pivots what is gonna happen in the future. So I'm also using fractals and free EMA. Here is if you want to copy. EMA is exponential moving averages. Now it doesn't really matter if you have 8 or 11 or it's somewhere around here, or 50 instead of 55. That really doesn't matter, but it makes a big difference if you use simple moving average. I found exponential to work much better. Okay, so that's it. Now let us go. So far, regarding pivots, we were talking about our reversal setup. So 1, 2, 3 is a reversal pattern for short, and 1, 2, 3 is a reversal pattern for long. Then we wait for the for top fractals to start to decline so that we can draw a trend line and we trade from that. And same goes here for the south. The bottom fractals need to start rising, and we are waiting for the break and touch, and we go north. We go south. These are our two setups that we were constantly moving up and down. Now, why I also use free EMAs? Because I want them to be in correct order. I don't trade from EMAs. I just want them to be in the correct order. That signals me if there is a gap between the EMAs. That signals me that the market is truly bullish or that the market is truly bearish. Because when you have shit like that, you can see here the EMAs are constantly crossing each other, and we can see we have no real trend. This is southish, channelish, rangish. It's not a real, that's a trend. That's shit. That's shit. And that is also shit, but it is still trending down, and you would be losing here, only gaining slower. And now you have a real trend, and you have a real trend, and you have a really good trading setup here, and we can find that out wherever we trade. See, here they started to mush. You wait, they come back to life, you trade this nice trend using the pivot point strategy. Same goes for here, and see here we start to mush. We have nothing here useful because it was just shit, but here they were nicely spreaded, and we have shitload of very nice entries, and the market is declining. So no matter how you look at it, it would go slowly, but it would come to reach our targets. And again here, shit. You don't want to trade shit areas. You want to trade these areas. Shit. Too fast. Okay. So that's about that. Now, time frames. Yes, higher time frame will always prevail. And also I will include that today. We always learn by doing the actual analysis, and now I will add on a little tweak to our strategy. Not a tweak, but sort of a add-on for edge. I will add an edge. So if you watched first two videos, you would know that for 1 hour chart we use daily pivots. Daily pivots. For 4 hour chart we use weekly pivots. For daily chart we use monthly pivots. Simple molete. We use monthly pivots. That is what we trade. You could trade 15 minutes, but on the daily pivots it would be, you could trade 15-minute chart, but on the daily pivots that would be too much information and too much fractals, and it would lead into so many failed breakouts that you would lose. You might find yourself a nice strategy, but I would lose. Now, regarding higher time frames. And regarding 15-minute charts, there are possibilities of having like hour-based pivots, and I found that 12 hours work for 15 minutes, and for 3 minutes it works like 4 hour. But then we have a multi-time frame. Now, for multi-time frame, we cannot have for a higher time frame trading that strategy 1 hour, as 1 hour is our fastest time frame. So, but it will be like that. 1 hour time frame has 4 hour 4 hour bias or extra trade, we will say it, extra trade, and 4 hour time frame has daily extra, not trade, setup, extra setup, and I will explain that doing the analysis from the 4 hour, because what is our entry signal? Like here, there are 2 fractals under break of 2 fractals, or here, this is a better example. First fractal, second fractal, and then we trade. But many times we get just 1 fractal. You can see like, and because of this week the markets are a bit corrupted, but you can see here the chart fell down. It never gave us a signal, but we've got this nice pullback, and it ran down. Now that we will apply on our higher time frame. Now bear with me. If I go, whoops, no thanks. Excusez-moi. If I go on the 4 hours, perfect case example happened somewhere here. Yeah, Aussie cat. We only had formed. The market went without us. It formed first fractal. It has a big possibility of coming here, touching, forming second fractal, our perfect 4 hour entry. But it also had a possibility of trading it 1 hour. As soon as I see that the market is below the central pivot on the higher time frame, and the first for the south bottom fractal, or the first for the north top fractal is formed, I immediately go to the 1 hour chart. Here we didn't get a setup, but you can see the market went up, it touched our central pivot, like in Aussie cat it didn't, and it didn't give us a signal, but it was the trend continued. Now we will try to find example that actually worked, that gave us a signal. It's here. This is my trade that I'm waiting to form. See, on the 1 hour, we are on the 4 hour, on the higher time frame, we are well above, well beyond our, well below our central pivot. Market came down. We got a signal. That was a perfect entry. Break of that, you trade down. For the MT4, if you're using Wayne McDonald's pivot, that trades are more often, because you would have a projection of a next week pivots here, and that would be your target, and that would probably be it. But as you can see here, we are below. We've got our bottom pivot formed, and if we go here, I'm waiting for that trade. I'm waiting for that break up to trade it south down to here. I will not be entering here. I would be entering, it will be something like that on the end. And you can see here only 1 fractal formed, but here we have our full pattern forming. Yeah. Okay. Now let us analyze the market and see if we can get something out. And again here, Aussie New Zealand, see, only first formed. And here is a good example. One formed, market went down. And if we go into Aussie New Zealand, you can clearly see today, in 10 minutes, we will have our entry. If this closes below, always wait for the close. Look here how you would fuck yourself up. Always wait for the candle to close and try to be as precise connecting the wicks. If this closes, I'm full in, and you can clearly see that we have this marked, and this is actually this part. You can see we've got fractals coming, we got a break, a touch of a pivot, a perfect trade. This was a perfect trade with a higher time frame edge. Hop, 2-1 risk reward, and go. So yeah, we are waiting for that, so I will be monitoring the hour. Actually, I will exit it at this moment. It's 10 minutes more, so I think we're good to go. Okay, and the best for using actual trading view is I simply love it. Just type in the pips, 32 pips, 75 pips profit, 6% risk, and off we fucking go. That's it. Now I have it's 10. Aussie New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand, Aussie. Oh, the Aussie New Zealand. Where are you? It is 0.1. So that's my trade. I will be bothering with the I'll be bothering with the actual take profit later. But one thing is, for 1 hour it's really hard to use two positions. Like here we have a nice gap. Like my rule of thumb is, for two positions, that needs to be at least 1 ATR away from one pivot, your entry, that you open two positions like here. So I will be scaling out here, unlocking the position, and only half position will be let to reach the actual bottom. But so many times, like here, this was your entry. Splitting that position is worthless. Just open one position. These are intraday trades, and they last, like, they're meant intraday, and they last, you can see, 5 hours, practically scalps. And it's so many definitions of it that it's crazy. Okay. I'm having a bad week regarding trading, very bad week. Hope next week will be better. Okay, we left at Aussie New Zealand. We are in this trade. We are already shorting it. It is same shit trade. CAD Swiss franc. This is from the price action. I always look a bit on the price action, but I'm seeing a potential long here, and I'm actually working on that strategy. On that, I'm actually looking for an indicator that would crap itself regarding volume, so that this would be an entry right now. I'm looking for that type of a strategy. And if you go to 1 hour CAD Swiss franc, you can clearly see the market got rejected so many times. So many times. I'll be calling it something reversal. But here can break at any time. You can also see the 100% retracement. That's why I'm still working on the strategy. But this has a big chance of retouching the top. Has a very good chance, if not coming way back up here. Because that is a big freaking consolidation. But what I fear, why I will not enter right now, because it can go like that and then breaks, or it can do like that, or it can go like that, and that are just speculations, and I don't like to trade off speculations. I like to have something that I can apply and repeat and statistically measure its performance. CAD is sort of CAD is shitting itself. I wonder right now, because I'm having on my practice account. By the end of the month, I will have full portfolio built. I'm currently working on it. Because CAD is correlating with oil a lot lately. Okay, here we are. What's going on the 4 hours? Yeah, we are very close to break even. And this was a 4-hour trade. You can clearly see the fractals. You can clearly see how I entered. I entered a bit late. I noticed it a bit late. But the trade performed very well. And 4-hour trades, I always, a lot of the times, I will simply just trail it. If it is in correlation with the daily, I will just trail it. I will not have fixed target. It's so much more gain. Something was losing. Yeah, we are losing. But don't worry. It will turn around eventually. And here was a nice trade, but again, as I said many times, like here was a merge, was too close. This was still a nice run, but I wouldn't be trading it. Okay, we have absolutely nothing useful. A lot of the markets are double bottoming. That's why they call it Friday front runners. Okay, here is a good setup. We have one fractal form. Now if you go on the Euro New Zealand, see, I'm waiting for that trade. It didn't break yet. If I get a break of that, I'm trading this sucker up to here. I always look to have at least 1-to-1 risk reward. That should be the bare minimum. Euro USD. Euro USD. We had one fractal formed. It's here. But here I fear like that because it's so close to that. When you have one fractal, these fast continuations are usually from the S1 or S2 or for long from air to air. Okay, let us go check what the Euro USD is doing in reality. Yeah, that would be a loss. That would clearly be a loss, like it was on the Euro Swiss. We already got one loss today. Okay, see the mush. But you can go check if pound Aussie. What is the only problem here is very likely, I hope for that, because then I have a clear trade up. And EMAs are running bigger the gap. Here, better it is. This was a lost cause. Nothing. at this one. And if you would go pound USD, if you would go here, you can see yesterday there was a nice trade. What do we have here? It's not below. Okay, we have this shit. New Zealand Swiss franc. Yeah, we're waiting for the break. See, perfect trade forming, but it's not perfect yet. This can go. I was trying to trade it with the pending orders like that. I would have a sell stop, but so many times it just spikes out that it's I don't recommend it. I would much prefer that to trade with the pending orders. We're waiting. We're in this trade. See, we got a break, but we're waiting for the trade to actually forms up. Okay, we're around. And same goes, this is my daily. There are monthly pivots. And same goes for that. Exactly the same. It goes, you can also read it up here, daily, 4 hour, and intraday. And I just drive from that. Okay, that's the end of my strategy. That's what I trade. There's nothing more to it. I'm working on the reversal stuff, but I don't have it something substantial yet. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.